we're going to create a rust effect finish using Iron B metal coating. We're going to start with a Hydrostone casting that we pulled from a Polygel 35 mold with a Hydrocal mother mold. Now this is a pretty standard Hydrostone casting, and we're going to paint it using the Iron B metal coating paint. This is an actual iron powder suspended in an acrylic medium. And then we're going to use a light green patina, which is an acid patina, and the traditional tan patina. Now these are all products that we carry that are made by Sculpt Nuveau. Now those will be used to finish the metal paint. Those actually react with the particles of iron suspended in this acrylic medium. Now we'll start by applying a uniform coating of the Iron B paint. Now keep in mind, this actually does have iron suspended in the paint, so it's very important to shake up the paint before you use it to make sure that those iron particles are properly suspended. Otherwise, if the iron settles to the bottom and you don't shake it up, you're not going to get a good patina reaction later on. Now, this is our first coat of Iron B paint, and we always apply two coats. Our first coat is just a base coat that's to get our complete coverage and make sure that we don't miss any spots there. But that first coat is just a base coating so that if there are any bare spots in our patina, it will show through to this iron coating beneath. Now you'll notice here I'm stippling all over that finished Iron B coating. That's to remove any brush strokes, any lines in my paint coat there that may not look realistic once we start rusting this piece. Now once that first coat has dried, I'm ready to apply a second coat. And again, I just want a uniform coating of this Iron B coat. Now when I apply that, again, I use a stippling action. We want to minimize or eliminate brush strokes by using a stippling action like this. You can also apply the iron paint using a roller or a natural sponge to eliminate any kind of brush strokes. But the more stippling that you do, or the more that you use a roller or sponge, the more natural effect you get when you oxidize this. Now once I've applied an even second coat, I'm ready to apply my patina. And it's important to note, if you're in dry climates, you will have to work fast, because as soon as the iron paint starts to dry, it will lock in and seal those iron particles, and they won't react as well, if at all, to the patina. So important step here, to make sure you apply your patina while your second coat is still wet. If you need additional time, you can apply some isopropyl alcohol, just a light spray of isopropyl alcohol over the top of the piece to slow down the drying time in very dry climates. Also keep in mind that we're here in Texas where it's very humid, so we get a very rich patina action. In climates where it's really dry, you may not get as full a patina effect in a dry climate, or it may just take longer to get a good rust effect in a dry climate. Now I'm going over with a light spray of the light green patina, and even though it's called light green, it will create rust on iron and steel. Now we're going to mist on just a little bit of the tan, and by using a combination of both the tan and the light green patina, we get both a light and a dark red rust forming. And that the Tiffany green or the light green patina gives you a really good base brown and red, whereas the tan patina gives you more of an orange rust, or more of a new rust look. Now we allowed it to turn a little bit, and I wasn't happy with the rust we got, so we went back over it a little bit. And I wanted to show this step to show how you can correct some of your mistakes. If you get rust but you're not happy with the level of rust you get, you can just apply a second coat over the patina coat and patina that again. And in this instance, I'm actually expecting that rust that's already forming to migrate through the paint I'm applying now. And this will give us an even more advanced state of rust here. We'll get a very heavy rust action going on once this starts to oxidize. So again, I'm stippling on another coat of the Iron B paint. And as soon as I'm finished stippling that on, I'm going to apply my patinas. Now here I'm going to do it a little bit different just to show you how some of these effects can look different. In some of our other videos we do the light green first and then we do the tan. Here I'm going to reverse the two and show you that it does get a very subtle color difference. We're first going to mist on the traditional tan patina. And notice the traditional tan will settle out a little bit. Very important to shake that bottle up before you spray it on. Now once we've sprayed on some of the tan, we're going to go back with our light green patina over the top of that tan. And you'll find that this gives you a little different rust variation than the typical light green first and then the tan second. Now as soon as you apply that to that wet paint surface, you step back and let it start to oxidize. And this process, this was a pretty humid day, so it only took about an hour to get a very rich rust look. And we're going to do a quick time lapse here just so you can see how this rust starts to form. But in about an hour time, we got a very convincing rust look over our Hydrostone casting. Now once your casting hits the point where you like it, where your rust has formed to a point where you really like the colors and you don't want it to change any, it's a good idea to apply some permalac over the top. Permalac acts as a stop switch for any kind of corrosion. So permalac can be applied to stop that corrosion process and keep your patina exactly the way you like it. And there you have a basic, simple rust effect over Hydrostone.